Well, my name is David Stevens, and I describe myself as a problem solver. I manage the bankruptcy department, and I'm one of the partners here at Scura, Wigfield, Stevens, and Cammarota. The firm does other things, but my specialty is bankruptcy. And that's really how I sell myself, is the go-to guy for bankruptcy problems. And that's one of the advantages of doing just what I do, is that I deal with these people every day, whether it's the judges or the trustee, the same people I see every day. I can pick up a phone and resolve a case. Whereas, if you're a client that goes to somebody that maybe dabbles in bankruptcy, they don't know the other side, they may have to run to court and, charge a client for appearances that are completely unnecessary because, we can resolve it with a phone call. I went right from high school to the Army because I wasn't a very good student, so I figured let's go in the Army, follow Dad's footsteps, and see how that makes out. But I was in the Army for a little more than 4 years. So I started in Korea in 1991, and I learned quickly not what I want to do, but I learned that I don't want to do this. So I'd say 3 months in, I decided it's time to go to school. And I took advantage of the GI Bill, and while I was in, they paid for most of college. I think I had to pay for books. I was at very close to the DMZ in Korea, and they had a little hut, which some colleges from the United States went there and they taught a few classes. So I started there and I took some night classes. And then from Korea, I went to Europe. I spent about 3 years in Europe. So most of my undergrad was overseas at various different universities. And then when I graduated, I went out and I went back home to New Hampshire, and I enrolled in the University of New Hampshire. I think I started in forestry, getting out of the Army. I think I wanted to not be so institutionalized anymore, and grew my hair long and a long beard, and thought I wanted to live in the woods and take care of trees the rest of my life. It didn't last long. I still love trees, but I don't know. I finally figured out, let's just do something generic, and I ended up with a business degree from I think what's now called Southern New Hampshire University in New Hampshire. I actually took a break off of school and I went into the mortgage business. That was in 98, I think. I decided to go on my own, and then had my own company for about 10 years, I think it was. At the end, I didn't need to be there all the time. I had a pretty good crew. So I thought back to high school and how I was not the greatest student, and figured, let's go and maybe try my hand at law school. And I chose to go to Rutgers because Rutgers had a great evening program. I never thought I was going to be an attorney. It's just my own personal goal. It's a hobby for me. 2007 came, which I started seeing the writing on the wall for my business. I go, well, you know what? This whole law school degree, I actually could use this. So what happened in the meantime is that I had joined the Bankruptcy Inn of Court. And at one of those meetings, I met Jack Scura. Now, Jack was the Chapter 13 trustee for like 27 years. He was well known. Everybody loved him. He was a great guy. And I met him at a meeting once, and I just really clicked with him. I liked the guy a lot. So when the firm I was working at closed down, I just called Jack up. I said, Jack, I'm looking for some work. Why don't we get together? He said, come on in. I think it was like 3 days later, I met with Jack, I met with John, and I think I joined the firm. And that was it. It was the best choice I ever made. The relationships that are most valued to me are the ones that are very close. I don't have an extended family relationships or a friendship network. They're all very close. And it's because time is limited, and I don't want to spread myself too thin. Work takes a lot, and what time I have left over, I want to be able to allocate appropriately. So my wife, my kids, and a very few friends, and then my colleagues here at work. People that you work with are our family, a second family, and we deal with each other more than really our direct family. My strength really is figuring stuff out. I like to surround myself with really smart people, and everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses, and I like to find the strengths in the people that surround me and bring them onto a team and be able to allocate those resources appropriately. I think I got to get a shirt that says, problem solver, or people come in here all day long and says, I have a question, I have answers, right? So that's what I do, is I solve problems. I think through issues, and I try to find creative and innovative solutions that meet those needs.